What's up, everybody? Josh Halladay, Universal Athlete. We're here at the Universal Headquarters Gym. Just got a chest and shoulder workout in with Chris Tuttle. Rice Krispies, Carbo Plus, Atomic 7. Key to a good pump.
So I got to train with Josh today, and it's the first time I trained with Josh, and I was very surprised. I mean, I knew him a little bit here and there, talked to him at the shows, always seemed like a nice guy, but I got to train with him, get to know him a little bit more, and I'm very surprised. I mean, I tend to respect more intelligence, an intelligent approach to training. I think a lot of people today who rely on genetics or are genetically gifted, they just kind of do whatever in the gym. A lot of people follow suit with what they do, and in reality, genetics is genetics. You could be born in the Ferrari and you can do whatever you want, and that Ferrari's still fast. But some people are born a Honda Civic, and you got to put mods onto that car over time to make it be what it can be. So his approach to training is much like mine, you know, squeeze, feel, focus. But the training session was probably just like I would normally do it, probably just a little more intense because we're both pushing each other. And he's just a few weeks out from his national show, so he's depleted, he's tired. But I mean, for somebody who's depleted and tired, he's still got a personality, he's still chipper, and his physique's great, but overall, I like his approach. It's intelligent.
We started off today, we kind of each chose a workout back and forth. We started out with the cable crossover machine. Tuttle chose that first. I guess it gets a good stretch and it really warms up the chest before we get into our pressing motions. So we did 4 or 5 sets there, then moved over to the incline hammer strength machine.
The best coaches don't always make the best players. So sometimes I like to look at a lot of what other people do and what everybody else does outside of just their own genetics and see their technique, their thought process on achieving something more than their body already has. And Josh is very similar in mindset in that. We typically started really light. We did kind of rest pause at the bottom, not much momentum, purely squeezing through here, not really pushing through your arms. A lot of people like to slam and push through their arms. Both of him and I are both more concerned with bringing that muscle to failure, isolating that muscle individually than just stacking on weight. And so we started the incline there, and that was a great machine. And since we did that and it was great, we don't get the trainer as well, we did the flat version, and that also had an amazing feel. Not much pressure on the elbows or the shoulders, totally felt it in the chest. We did move a little heavier, and at that point, considering our third exercise, a lot of the blood in the muscle was full. Everything was super warm and everything felt great. So we moved a little bit heavier in rep range. And at that point, those 3 exercises, my chest was cooked. I knew my chest was cooked after the flat press.
After that, we went over to do some shoulders. We did some side laterals. We do a really high volume on them. Did a 14, 10, 8 triple set, and we did 4 to 5 sets of them. Really get the blood into the delts. Tuttle, this is a workout that I choose, but Tuttle said he does his delts very similar to the way I do mine.
And that's one aspect I think a lot of people miss is so many people will focus on only what they want to do when you can always learn from anybody. And anybody who has a different idea, a different approach can bring something new to the table for yourself, maybe sparking a new idea or a new feel for exercise. And Josh and I are very eye to eye in a lot of exercises that we do and how we do them, so it was great to work out with, one of my favorites so far.
We finished off with a front raise. It's more of like an incline front raise where we bring the dumbbells up in front of our body, really squeezing the side medial and front delt the whole way. And then we finished off with a chest ladder.
Just progressively raising the bar on the Smith machine to failure. So you start at the bottom, train to failure, move to the next train to failure, up to the next train to failure. Just as many push-ups as you can. Of course, squeezing, not just mindless reps. You know, bodybuilding, you really try to create focus to a muscle to bring it to failure in a certain rep range, and that's how you adjust your weight. It's not like a PR where in powerlifting, it's a lot different. So it's not like we're shooting for a certain weight with a certain number of reps. And that's the main difference. But I train more like that now than ever. Probably why I get bigger and better, but I don't get stronger.
T, I'm gonna come out of the fucking woodwork, kid.
Come on.
Go. Where the fuck did this kid come from?
Come on. So Josh is a couple weeks out from USA's, and he's looking fantastic. And he did a couple shots today, and looking at his physique. And any ways you can change the way you pose to make you master the art of illusion. Appear bigger and larger than you are, appear more symmetrical. And we did a couple new little things today that we both agreed on that look great, and his radial bicep is most muscular. But I mean, he looks great. Hard, dense, full, and hopefully he can kick some ass at USA's.